Hello, I'm so excited. My Gym Girl Premium sent me some excellent questions to answer, so I'm going to go through them and answer them. I talked about some of the things a little bit, but I want to answer each one. The first question that I was asked was, what caused my traumatic brain injury? On November 10th, 2020, I was hit by an F-350 Ford at 20 miles an hour in a crosswalk. I know it's really hard for me to believe too, especially because the doctors told me that I was never going to do anything on my own, and I literally couldn't walk for 3 days. I remember one point I was so stubborn. I was determined to get better because I couldn't accept that I was going to need help, because I know it's not so easy to get help, which I've found over the last 3 years. And so that's what happened to me. And obviously I healed really well, luckily. It wasn't so good for my case, but it's good for my health. And I've learned a lot of great lessons from this tragic incident that has brought so much learning and new opportunities with reinventing myself and getting on the computer, which I never did before. And I dove in deep when I realized I could not go back to retail. I was in retail for 45 years, and I know I'm only 55, but yes, actually I started retail when I was like 7 and was very successful at it for many years, which in little stores in my town, there's no benefits. I just loved serving people. I loved retail. I miss it. And also, she asked me why I'm so happy. Honestly, happiness is a lot of being a decision, but I think that a lot of my happiness comes from living my truth and being honest about all situations and accepting my responsibility for why I'm in situations. And instead of feeling like a victim and, oh, they did this or they did that, I've always had the drive to accomplish things that people tell me I can't. And I've always been lucky enough to be able to motivate other people also, which gives me a huge amount of happiness. And I think it's a gift to be on earth. It's a gift to be alive. It truly is. People say these are the worst times, but it's not. Things are what you make of it. And one at a time, we can make anything better. And also, how did I become psychic? I honestly, truly believe that everyone is psychic. I didn't become psychic. I think being psychic is part of being a human. I think that it's literally part of our DNA. It's part of your genetic makeup. It's just something that we ignore. We all know when we get those feelings and we don't listen to them, and we look back and we're like, wow, why did I think they knew better than me? I should have listened to myself. So much of the work I've done with clients over the 35 years has been just letting them know, yes, that was your loved one visiting you. Yes, those feelings are true. I'm very grateful that people trust me enough to embrace what they already knew. But much of my work as energy and psychic work is just giving people the validation to believe what they know is true, but they're just afraid to embrace it. So I think that we're all born with psychic abilities. And I'm fortunate enough that I've had clients and repeat clients and people that really believe in what I have to tell them. And I started making jewelry even for my Barbies out of toilet paper when I was little. But really what started me on my journey was I was on an endless quest for rose gold bangles, which is interesting because later in my work with studying intuitive medicine, that rose gold energy is the most powerful healing energy there is. And I've always been attracted to copper. And what rose gold is I use 14 karat gold. So it's about 50 to 60% gold. And the other metal they use is copper. And so they mix copper and gold and it becomes this beautiful pink, or I just love roses. So I call it rose gold. It can be called pink gold, but it just means it's alloyed with copper. And so I started my company because a friend of mine I'd been all over Europe. I'd been everywhere. And every time I found rose gold bangles, they were too small because it was popular in the Victorian times. And she finally said to me, I am so tired. Actually, Christy, her now is Christy Cedarborg. She's a wonderful person. She told me, I am so sick of you trying to find rose gold bangles. Why don't you just start a company? And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And so I was pregnant with my first child in 2002, and I started my company when I was pregnant with my son Edward. And I'd always been making jewelry out of anything I could get my hands on, but I didn't know how expensive my jewelry would be. It's still, these are some yellow gold hook earrings I have on. This is about the smallest. I don't make things much smaller. I'm just not, I like to make bigger earrings. So this is small for me. And these are on my website in rose gold. All the gold on my Kiva Gold website is rose gold at the moment. But that's what started my journey in actually becoming a company. And recently I actually just re-registered my company, and I'm working on this because I can't go back. So I'm going to use my retail experience to sell my own products. And the other question, which was interesting, is what is the purpose of my YouTube channel? And that is something that I'm not really aware of yet. I'm just going for this and seeing where it leads me. But my main purpose is I want to inspire people to live their truth. And I want to inspire people to follow their dreams, no matter how crazy they seem. Something that I've learned, especially over the past 3 years, just constantly studying under, listening to Tony Robbins, Dean Graziano, my amazing mentor, Kiana Dinelli of the Invest Diva movement. She is just incredible. Listening to Jamie Kern Lima, listening to any of these motivational speakers, I didn't know that if you're given a dream, if you have a knowing that you're meant to do something, that's because it's your purpose. I didn't know that. I thought everybody wanted to be on a stage and transforming lives. I thought that everybody secretly had that dream. They just didn't tell anyone. I didn't realize that not everybody dreams of transforming lives and being on a stage and being a keynote speaker. I really want to be a speaker. I just joined a competition that's on January 20th. So I am going to be spending a lot of my time working on the 60-second speech that I'm going to be going up against extremely talented and well-established businesses. And I want to be a keynote speaker. I want to speak to audiences. I really think that what I've learned being run over by a truck in the past 3 years, I want people to embrace and learn without being run over by a truck. And so the purpose of my channel, I will become more clear, and I would like my videos to become more purposeful. I know I'm so thrilled that you are willing to listen to me, and it gives me hope that my dream of being a speaker and being paid to speak in front of large audiences and transform lives is slowly, one step at a time, becoming a reality. So I just appreciate you so much, and thank you for subscribing to my channels. I'm up to 34 subscribers. Can you believe it? I'm not kidding. I really didn't imagine that I was going to have this many followers so quickly. I'm thrilled, and I can't wait till we can look back when I have, oh my gosh, thousands. I can't imagine having hundreds and thousands of followers, but I can imagine it. Putting yourself in your future self is very important, because you open up the energetic pathways and the universe. You tell the universe what you want, and believe in it, because your energy is powerful and your energy will go out and find a way. And pay attention to little signs. And the best advice I have to being a happier person is to really look in yourself. If you're looking outside yourself for happiness, that's where I've really been fucked over in the past, is when you try to find happiness outside yourself. It's not. It's a placebo, or it's a temporary fix. If you do things you love, do things that bring you joy. And it's been a huge lesson for me that just because you're not making money doing it doesn't mean it's not valuable. The more wealthy people I study under and the more wealthy people I listen to, that wealth has it, of course, money is wonderful. It opens opportunities. It makes you not have to live in a situation like I'm living in. And so, but placing your worth solely on how much money you have or can generate is not value. I can't believe how many multi-millionaires and billionaires are still miserable. So money does not bring you happiness. Money amplifies who you already are. So if you already are a happy person, and then the money will magnify that. It doesn't change you or make you different, and it just brings more problems, which I welcome. The problems of more money, I'm ready to take on. But happiness is really a state of mind, and it's a decision that you can make. It really is. Our brains are amazing, and they're learning constantly that here in America especially, it's so unfortunate how much power we give to mental disabilities. We call being depressed a disorder. We call being too angry a disorder. The emotions are all important. You need them all. You need all your emotions. They are all important. And if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxious, it's because your mind wants you to deal with the issues. Your mind does not want you to take drugs to make the issues go away. There's no such thing. Everything lives in your mind. And I truly believe that expecting a pill to solve your problems instead of doing the hard work and digging in and being uncomfortable and facing what triggers you, I think that triggers are a warning sign. If something triggers you, it's your mind and your soul telling you, oh, why is this triggering you? It's a lesson to learn. It's not a reason to avoid it. There may be people that trigger you that you do eventually need to avoid, and that's a decision you have to make on your own. But in the long run, really, you owe someone immense gratitude if they trigger you. If someone triggers you, they're awakening something in your soul that needs to be healed. And if I didn't answer your questions thoroughly, please let me know. I was so thrilled to get a request to answer questions. And I'm sending love and gratitude. Wish me luck. I am joined a competition. It's called the Great American Speak Off. And the grand finale is that 4 people are going to get to speak at Grant Cardone's 10X. So I'm very involved in training for this, and I will practice my 60 seconds here in my YouTube channel because I'm going to need feedback. Have a wonderful day. And I was also having a little trouble figuring out how to post things, and I'll get better. And I'm so grateful for all of you paying attention and making me really embrace that I am worthy. I'm really embracing that, and it's so refreshing to feel worthy even in the financial situation I'm in. It's only temporary. I heard a really good thing. It was when you say you're broke is more effective than saying you're poor, because poor is a state that feels kind of permanent. But when you say you're broke, you can fix that. So thank you so much, and sending more love and gratitude. Thank you for listening. Bye.